Hey guys, this is Watchalewknat, and today I got my review on the JG Bar-10. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay guys, as I said, this is the JG Bar-10. Other companies JG are also known by is CSI. I know motorcycles, I'm gonna keep going though. But as you know, other companies JG goes by is CSI, and that's what kind of puzzled me, because when I got this gun, it came in a box that said CSI, made me think, am I getting the right gun? That was soon cleared up when I pulled it out the box and felt the rubber coating on this gun. As to my knowledge, these are the only VSR-10s that come with the JG rubber coating on it, which made me really happy. Knew I had the right gun. E-Bike didn't mess up on that. Kudos to them. But things to note on the packaging: completely cardboard box, completely white styrofoam on the inside, really cheap packaging. Of course, as always, it gets the job done if it doesn't come broke. So that was really nice to see. One thing I got to give kudos to JG though is that the mag catch came assembled in the bottom of the receiver, and also seemed like to be a little bit of a lightweight glue. So that's really nice. JG thought about the starters, thought about, you know, I want this gun to get to the person ready to go, ready to shoot. That way they don't feel like, you know, returning it for any reason at all. So that's really good to see. Another thing that you will see in this chrono test, usually the gun, or these new ones that come in the CSI box, comes with a dampening system on the air nozzle. It makes the gun extremely quiet. I mean, like 4 or 5 times quieter than the gun is without it. But with that system up there, basically it's just a piece that goes in the air nozzle. It, you know, minimizes the amount of air that comes through. If you think about it, it makes the FPS go down all the way to 250. So I took that out the second I got it, the second I put the first chrono on it, because I was like, why is it so quiet? So basically that air brake, or whatever you'd like to call that's in the gun, is out. It is shooting the standard about 410, and I've got even up to 450. So you'll see that further on in the video, but I'm going to start, as always, at the back. As you know, JG has their hollow stocks, rubber butt plate on the back. I'm not going to take it off. Don't feel like it. I want to make this video, you know, as fast as possible with showing you everything. Going on to the small of the stock, if you're familiar with M14s, you're familiar with the VSR-10 or the R700. Really nice grip, and as I said, this whole bottom stock is rubberized, if not completely like a rubber coating on the top. So that's really nice to see. Makes it feel really high quality. I like this over any other VSR-10s out there, merely because of the externals. I can do internals to whatever I need to make this gun the way I want it. Moving up to the front, we have our safety selector switch right here. As we see right here, it is a really cheap metal. You can feel by when you click it, but when it's up closer to the bolt, that means safety's off. To the back, safety is on. Really good, and it does its job. Doesn't push in at all. When it's up, it pushes in. Then we got your bolt here, your standard VSR-10 bolt. It's not the big rounded one that you'll see on, it's not the big ball one that you'll see on like the L96s or like the UTGs and the well L96s. But either way, it is a relatively easy bolt pull. I don't even have to have it on my shoulder, but I will always pull it back from my shoulder. Really nice, and feels just like it would be for like a 300 FPS gun. So really nice that JG made this bolt smooth. Moving up further on the gun, it has this low rail right here, the low profile rail. I really like that. It's big enough to fit most optics. As you see, I have an E-Bike scope here, the Matrix brand that they have. I wanted to get a 4x zoom scope to be really good quality, so I got the $45 one. It comes with a sunshade. What I've done here, I've taped the sunshade, or I've actually put the sunshade on, and then I've electrical taped the front scope cover, as it does not fit on the scope shade itself. So basically, that way I can still have both of my scope covers and have the scope shade on at all times, because, you know, this is how I'm going to want to use the gun, making it look like a really nice scope there. Moving on to the front part of the gun, this side is completely blank, nothing to really worry about. Moving on to the bottom, we have your mag area. One good thing about this is that E-Bike does sell extra mags. I have my original mag here, which is the JG mag. It holds 30. And then I also have another one that they had listed as the JG/Tokyo Marui. Unfortunately, I had to Dremel the hell out of this. I had to sand it down a lot just to make it fit in the mag well. And even then, you don't get the satisfying click as you do with the other one. And sometimes you got to hold the mag in just to shoot. So as you see, extra mags, at least in my situation, was kind of tricky. But, you know, nothing that Dremeling can't fix. Moving on to the front of the gun, this is one of my only major cons with the is the orange tip. It is removable, but I've decided I've wanted to keep it up here. And one thing I do find is that some of the orange tip actually impedes over the inner barrel, making it that you get some ridiculous hop up on a lot of your shots going left, massively left. So in my case, I just dremeled out part of this. As you will see in the future, I will have an enormous flash hider on this gun. If you want to see a sneak peek of that, go to my second channel, Watchalewknat. But as you see, I've dremeled out enough that way you can see all of the inner barrel, because, you know, common sense will say then the BB should not be able to hit that flash hider, and the BB will go where it needs to go. So that's it for that. Moving to the bottom here, we have the bottom rail. I don't like to use bipods of snipers. I think of it as extra weight, and I'm usually really good at prone without any support, so that's really nice. Their included sling, I'd actually say use it. I'm not going to be the person to really throw this gun on my back. It is more of a lightweight sling. Then again, this gun only weighs about, I would say, roughly about 6 pounds. So if you want to use this for light use, mainly what I like to use it for, I like to wrap it around my arm, over my elbow, as seen right here. If you can see that, around my arm. Then I like to hold the extra part of the sling, and it's a perfect support system for shooting standing up and in crouch. Makes it a really steady hold. If you're not familiar with sniping, this is what I would do with a stock sling. It's really good for that. Makes it that your standing up shots are just as stable as your prone shots. Okay, well that's pretty much it for that. Now I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna do a chrono test with .2s and .28s, and then after this video you'll be seeing an accuracy test. Okay, now we're doing our chrono test with my X-Cortec 3200 chrono. .2 BBs, hop up is adjusted to how I use it in the game for .28s. So hop up is up a little bit, enough to barely affect the FPS. Here's our first shot, 463. Keep in mind this is 2s. And JG Bar-10s usually come with 430, so I'm thinking being manufactured by the CSI part of their company, probably upgraded the spring to make it more like the L96s. 458. As I said, a sporadic jump there at 407. .456. Okay, so as you saw, our FPS is roughly around, 440 to 460, which is really nice for a JG Bar-10. Okay, this is where the JG Bar-10 really shines. Regardless with sniping, whatever BB I'm using, I like it to shoot about 400. So with this gun, I find myself using 2.8s, which is a really, it's a really decent round to use. As we see, 400. .402. And as I've already explained, 400 is going to carry any BB, and especially with a heavier BB like a 2.8, this gun seems to be very formidable for gameplay. .388. .393. Okay guys, so in conclusion for the JG Bar-10, going to the statistics, no rate of fire since it is a bolt action, using our standard 2.0 BBs, all matrix brand here, we're getting roughly, I had one little strayer going at about 407, and then the rest of them were about 450 to 460. Considering JG Bar-10s used to be known for 410 to 430, I think that's awesome. That little boosted power gives you the option for using a heavier BB. As seen with my other part of the chrono using 2.8s, I was averaging right at about 400. For any gun, that is going to give you awesome range if you do the right tweaking to your hop up and inner barrel. So overall, for $100 for this gun, $45 for the scope, you really can't beat it. As you'll see in my further videos, I have my $5 Super Deluxe Airsoft Sniper JG Bar-10 silencer, and I'll also be putting in some inner barrel upgrades, including a Prometheus, more of a Lilacs barrel though. It's the PS 110 Sniper, perfect sniper barrel, and then I'll be putting in the 9-ball bucking, and then we'll really be seeing what this gun to do while accuracy. But besides that though, next video you will be seeing is the completely stock with 2.8 gram BBs accuracy test of the JG Bar-10. Okay, until then, hope y'all have enjoyed the video. This has been What You Looking At. I'm out.